Alright everyone, we're going to be doing some work in this video. We're going to create a budget to figure out, can you actually retire here in Guanajuato? Can you actually afford to live here in Guanajuato? And so I hope you hang on and bear with me here in this video because we're going to break things down. I've got some notes. We're going to go over rent. We're going to go over the bare minimums of what you would need to live here just to have a roof over your head and some food. And then we're going to talk about like the little extra add-ons that you can have to improve your lifestyle and to see if it's something that you could manage while you live here. And to do that, we're here at Guanajuato Cafe. I took the bus here. And I actually did a video on how to take the bus. I'll put the link in the description of this video. And we're here at Guanajuato Cafe. I'm here enjoying my sweet bread with its cinnamon inside and my Americano. And of course at the end I'll tell you how much this cost. But in the meantime, I'm gonna put you down here and we are going to talk about retiring here in Guanajuato. So first things first, let's talk about rent. Okay, so I think I just mentioned this. I'm just gonna list the average prices, average costs of some of the things that you may need while living here in Guanajuato. And then at the end, I'm gonna create a bare minimum list of what you would need. And again, all these prices that I'm mentioning, I'm rounding it up, or I'm being very conservative with the cost because, I just actually learned that, when I took the bus, that it's actually 10 pesos now and not 7 pesos. For years, it was 7 pesos. And then, of course, the time that I needed to do a video about taking the bus, I learned it's 10 pesos. All right, so let's talk about rent. And all these prices is going to be geared for one person. So if you are a couple or if you're a family, you can adjust the prices as you see fit. But for rent, if you're going to rent a place here in Guanajuato, what would be fair for one person, maybe for a one bedroom, perhaps even a studio, is anywhere between 6,000 and 9,000 pesos. It goes up as well. You can get some really fancy places, but if you're the type of person who doesn't really mind, having a more simple dwelling, 6,000 to 9,000 would be great. And again, the difference between 6,000 and 9,000, so if you're going to pay about 6,000 pesos for a place, most likely it's not going to be that furnished. You're probably going to be missing some appliances. You might not even have a bed, but you can have a roof over your head for 6,000. You could find it. Can you find it? Can you find a really luxurious place, a comfortable place with all the amenities and all the appliances for 6,000? Yeah, but you're probably going to really have to search, and you're probably not going to find it through a realtor. You're most likely going to find it through word of mouth by meeting locals and asking around, and it's going to take some time to find it, but you can find it. 9,000 seems to be more the average for one person. That equates to about $450 per month. 6,000 is about $300 per month. So for about $450 per month, you can definitely find a place in a nice area, a quiet area, an area that suits your preferences with nice bedding and kitchen appliances and hot water, and it may actually even include some of the utilities like water and electric and gas, and maybe if you're lucky might even include internet. So but just in case it's not included, what you can expect to pay for gas for as a single person, around 200 pesos per week, which is about 600 pesos per month. And again, this is gas for cooking, gas for the boiler, and that ranges for about $30 per month to how much? Oh yeah, $30 per month or about $10 per week. That doesn't make sense in my calculations. Okay, we're gonna start that again. For gas, in utilities, you can. This one's a tricky one because it depends if you cook a lot, if you use a lot of hot water. You can pay upwards of 600 pesos every 2 or 3 months. So it depends. 600 pesos every 2 or 3 months is around like $30 every 2 or 3 months. Not bad, but it can add up if you use a lot of gas. Electric is around 500 pesos per month. You can, again, it depends if you have a lot of things that you're plugging in. You can be very, very frugal about this and not use a lot of electricity. But generally, we're going to be very conservative. It's about like $25 a month for electric. Internet, again, you can go very frugal and just use the internet at coffee shops around town. There's a Starbucks in town. There's a lot of places with free internet, so you can include all of your online activities whenever you go out for coffee or go out to eat. And we're also going to talk about how much it is to put phone data on your phone. So if you don't need to do work online on a computer at home, you can save that for coffee shops and then do all of your social media stuff, connecting with your family while at home on your phone. So internet, if you have it installed at home, it could go up to about $40 per month for really good internet where you can do live videos. That's about 780 pesos per month. That's what we're paying right now. Water is around 300 pesos per month. Again, if you take showers once a week, you might not be paying 300 pesos per month. But that's about $15 a month for water. And then for groceries, you would be paying around $75 per week in groceries, which is about 1,500 pesos per week, or around 6,000 pesos per month, which is around $300 per month. Again, you don't have to spend that much in groceries. You can be very strategic about this on where to get your groceries. Some people like specialty foods, like soy, vegan foods. That's all available. You can get pretty much anything you want to eat, all the spices and stuff. We've got a huge grocery store here that sells all of that. And it depends. Like groceries is something that you can be very strategic with. But on average, if you do go grocery shopping and if you do like to have the comforts of home in terms of the variety of food that you eat, you can expect to pay about $300 a month in groceries. Eating out, you're going to want to eat out from time to time just to be social, go out to cafes. That could cost anywhere between 500 pesos per week or 2,000 pesos per month, which is roughly about $100 a month in eating out. That's being maybe eating out maybe once or twice a week, having coffee, going and trying out a new restaurant. But again, this can vary depending on how frugal you want to be and how conservative you want to be with your money. You can it's really easy to spend a lot of money going out to restaurants. I know from experience, and it's something that Nesto and I are working on, but there's just a lot of places to go and hang out and eat. You get a coffee here, get a gelato there, you get a pastry here, you go to a coffee shop there. That can add up, but generally, just on average, you can get away with having a good time and feel like you're having a great social life, meeting up with people for coffee and just really enjoying the town for about $100 a month. Not bad, right? Okay, so those are like having a roof over your head and having food to eat and having electricity and utilities. That's the very basic of what you can expect to pay on average, right? Again, we're going to do a very conservative, very bare minimum budget for living here in Guanajuato. You're going to be surprised. I hope you're still watching this, but you will be surprised how much you actually need to live here in Guanajuato. All right. So some people want to, have medical checkups. with a specialist. Here, you can probably see a specialist anywhere from 800 pesos to 1,500 pesos, which translates to $40 to $80. You can't get that anywhere in the US. You can't even go to urgent care for less than $100 in the US. But here, to actually see a specialist, maybe a cardiologist, you can expect to pay around, $40 to $80. And they'll put you on the right track. Blood work. You need a full panel blood work. You don't need health insurance. Just pay $50, somewhere roughly around $50, to get a full panel screening. That's insane. But it's here. That's what you can expect to pay. Dental. You want your teeth cleaned? On average, a teeth cleaning ranges from about 300 pesos to 1,000 pesos, maybe even up, depending on where you go. But that's about $15 to $50 for full-on teeth cleaning and keeping your mouth healthy. Housekeeping. These are all the extras, right? And plus all the medical stuff is not something that you're going to be paying monthly. It's just whenever you need it. But housekeeping, it averages about 100 pesos per hour for a housekeeper, and usually a housekeeper stays anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours, depending on how small or large your home is. And it's also optional. If you like to clean your own house, you don't need to pay for a housekeeper, but it comes in handy. But we normally pay around 300 to 400 pesos per week for a housekeeper. She comes in once a week. And, depending on if she has to travel, we also pay for her travel by bus. It's about, 10 pesos each way. So it's not bad if you have a larger house or you want to just have a clean house at least once a week. Laundry service. Most places come with their own laundry, at least the washer, and then you would have to dry your clothes. But if you want laundry services, you can either arrange for a pickup to pick up your laundry, your dirty clothes, and have it delivered, or you can take it into Centro and have someone do it. And that costs around like 150 pesos per load, which is about $8 per load to have your laundry picked up and delivered to you once a week or twice a week or however often you need clean clothes. Vet services. If you have a pet, this is the average that we've been paying for our vet services. It runs around 300 pesos per exam or consultation, which is about $15. Or when our dogs go in for grooming, they go in for about 200 or 300 pesos per grooming. It depends on which vet we take it to and what kind of pampering our pets need. But that's around $10 to $15 per grooming. For 300 pesos, you can have your dog in a pet spa and have like a full-on service. All of it's full-on service, but it's just, the quality of the establishment, what the cages look like, how clean it is, all that stuff. Things to consider. It's generally, anywhere you go is pretty clean. I needed a drink break there for a second. Okay. So now that you got the average prices of what you can expect to have a roof over your head and food to eat and wall sockets to plug to charge your phone, and you also know what the average medical expenses might be just for maintenance, not emergencies, we have a resource for that, and we did a video about getting medical help in Guanajuato. I'll post the description to that, or I'll post the link to that in the description as well, so you can watch that. And housekeeping and laundry services, that's all perks, all extras. Vet services, all perks, especially if you don't have a pet. So now let's talk about the bare minimum of what it would cost. How much do you think? In the comments below right now, please write down how much you think it would cost to just have a roof over your head and food to eat and electricity to run your gadgets and feel safe and secure while you live here in Guanajuato. All right, I'll let you know now. But I hope you write it down in the comments. Let me know. Okay, So rent for one person here in Guanajuato, I absolutely believe for 7K per month, you could find something comfortable. You can find something cozy, a place to call home, maybe even a terrace with a garden. And if you look hard enough, you can probably find one with utilities included. But for this, we're going to actually include utilities in this price because you never know, right? So for gas, you can get away with about $8 a month paying for gas, $15 a month for electricity, $0 for internet because we're going to go to cafes for that and be frugal about that. And for water, to take showers and have water in your home, that's around $10 a month. You can get away with that for sure. And again, chances are the place that you rent for 7K per month, which is around $345 per month, would probably already include that, especially if you negotiate that into the monthly cost with the landlord. But let's just say the landlord's like, no, you got to pay for your own utilities. That's what you can expect to pay. What I just said. For the phone, so I use an internet phone, an online phone so I have a Telcel SIM card, and I have a U.S. phone number and a Mexican phone number all on the same phone. And for my U.S. phone number, my internet, or just to have the U.S. phone number is about $14 a month. And to charge my Telcel SIM card with data, and I can call phone numbers here in Mexico and in the U.S., I pay, and it's about 3 gigs of data for internet, so you have internet access anywhere you are here in Mexico. I pay about $12 a month for that. So for the phone, it costs me about, $22, $23 a month just to have that. If you don't need a U.S. phone number, cool, get rid of it. You can just have a Mexican number, spend about $12 a month or $10 a month topping it up every month. For groceries, you can get away with around like 700 pesos per week. And that's, eating a lot. I eat a lot, so there have been times where Nesto and I got away with spending 700 pesos per week for the both of us. So do the math on that one. And 700 pesos per week equates to about $150 per month. But if you're solo and you don't eat that much and you don't cook that much, you can, spend way less than that. And then if you just would rather eat out and go to, the taco stands, or there's a lot of street food that you can eat, you can add that to your eating out budget. But for cafes and restaurants, like where I'm in right now, little coffee shops, you can spend around like $40 per month, which is about 200 pesos per week. You can have a social life for 200 pesos a week, a coffee here, a coffee there, some sweet bread, and enjoy the free internet and read a book for $40 a week and have a nice social life. So that's pretty good. And then finally, laundry. If the place that you're renting doesn't have a washing machine, let's add about $15 per month to wash your clothes. Like, you don't need to, but this is just the bare minimum with a few perks. You know how much that is? What I just listed off for the bare minimum. And if I say bare minimum one more time, I know you're like, come on, just tell me the number. But to live here and to be at the most economical range, you can get away with living here in Guanajuato for $600 per month. $600 per month. I remember I've told the story about my friend Betty, who moved here on an $800 a month pension, and that's how she was able to live here for $600 per month and save $200 per month for her border runs. So every 6 months, every 180 days, because she was on a tourist visa, she would have to cross the border and then come back. But she would take that money that she would save every month. $2, 4, 6, 8, 10, $1,200 every 6 months to take a vacation. She would go to Antigua, she would go to Belize, she would go to Ecuador, Guatemala, and come have lunch there and come back and renew her tourist visa. You know, these days it's not that easy. You don't always get 180 days on your tourist visa, but you need to be able to save money in case you're on a tourist visa to be able to do border runs to renew that tourist visa. And sometimes you run the risk of them giving you 180 days, or sometimes, depending on the immigration offer, you get 13 days at the very worst case, scary scenario. But you need to have money to be able to take that quick trip to Tijuana, Mexico, walk across the border into California, into San Diego, and then walk right back across. Because you can do that. You can literally fly to Tijuana, walk across into San Diego, have lunch in San Diego, maybe spend like 6 hours there, and then walk the bridge right into the airport. So there is a bridge called the CBX Bridge in Tijuana that connects Tijuana to San Diego. You walk across and then walk back across into Tijuana directly into the airport. So you never even have to go into Tijuana. You never have to go wander into the town. You literally can just walk across borders and walk back, renew your visa, and then start the process all over again. Eventually you'll work your way into getting a temporary residency and then onto a permanent residency. But this is just for people who are brand new, you're on a tourist visa, and you just want to, you know, come and test out the waters, see if Mexico is even right for you. But I hope this was able to help you in creating a budget and get some clarity on what you can expect to spend if you were to choose to live in a place like Guanajuato. In the next video, I'm going to share what I would do if I was retiring in Mexico. If I was at that nearing retirement age, or if I was looking to relocate to Mexico, these are the steps that I would take. And I'll see you in the next video. I hope you like this one. I'll see you in the next one.